Ever since I was a little girl, I've dreamed of traveling the world. My name is Marni, and I grew up in a small town where adventure seemed like a distant fantasy. But I was determined to make my dream come true, no matter how impossible it seemed. My journey towards saving money for my dream of traveling the world started when I was just 8 years old. One sunny afternoon, my dad and I sat on the porch, watching the world go by. He told me about the incredible places he had visited when he was younger, and that's when the idea first sparked in my mind. "Dad," I said with a determined glint in my eye, "I want to see those places too one day." My dad smiled warmly and replied, "Marni, if you set your heart on it and work hard, you can achieve anything. Saving money is the first step towards making your dreams come true." With those words, he handed me an empty jar and a colorful sticker sheet. "Start by decorating this jar, and we'll use it to save for your travels." I dubbed it my adventure jar. It was the beginning of an incredible journey, not just around the world, but into the heart of determination and discipline. At first, I didn't have much money to put in the jar. I got a small allowance for completing chores around the house, and I would diligently put a portion of it into my adventure jar every week. It wasn't much, but it was a start. To make my dream more tangible, I created a vision board. I cut out pictures of all the places I wanted to visit: the Eiffel Tower, the Great Wall of China, and the Egyptian pyramids, and pasted them on a big poster board. Every morning, I would stand in front of it, visualizing myself in those incredible locations. As I got older, I found ways to increase my savings. I started babysitting for neighbors, sold handmade crafts at the local flea market, and even helped my dad with his gardening business. Every penny I earned went into the adventure jar. But saving money was not without its challenges. There were moments when I wanted to spend my hard-earned cash on the latest gadgets or toys my friends had. It was tempting to splurge, but I kept reminding myself of my bigger goal. My adventure jar became a symbol of discipline and sacrifice. One summer, my parents surprised me with a subscription to a financial literacy magazine for kids. It was full of stories about young entrepreneurs and wise money-saving tips. One story that particularly inspired me was about a girl my age who had saved up enough money to fund her own charity project. If she could do that, I thought, then I could certainly save for my dream. I devoured those magazines, learning about budgeting, investing, and even starting a small business. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I became more creative in my money-saving endeavors. I started a small dog walking business in my neighborhood and even launched a lemonade stand during hot summer days. Every dollar I earned went into my adventure jar. To keep myself motivated, I started a journal where I documented my progress. I wrote down every dollar I saved and set mini goals along the way. Each time I reached a goal, I treated myself to a small reward. It could be a special treat, a new book, or a day at the amusement park. These rewards kept me motivated and reminded me of the bigger picture. As the years passed, I watched my adventure jar fill up with coins and bills. It was a tangible representation of my dedication and determination. I had also watched my vision board come to life. My bedroom was now adorned with postcards from places I'd visited during school trips and family vacations. Finally, the day arrived when I had saved enough money to buy my first plane ticket. I chose a destination I had dreamed about for years: Paris. It was the first stop on my world tour, and I couldn't believe that my dream was finally becoming a reality. My parents were incredibly proud of my dedication and determination. They supported me in planning my trip, helping me find affordable accommodations, and advising me on how to make the most of my journey. When the day of my departure arrived, I stood at the airport, clutching my passport and feeling a rush of emotions. I knew that this adventure was just the beginning of a lifetime of travel and exploration. As I boarded the plane and looked out the window, I couldn't help but smile. I thought about the little girl who had started saving pennies in an empty jar, and I realized that dreams really do come true with determination and hard work. My journey to save money for my biggest dream of traveling the world taught me valuable lessons about discipline, sacrifice, and the incredible power of perseverance. It showed me that no dream is too big, and with the right mindset and determination, anything is possible. So, whether you dream of traveling the world, starting your own business, or pursuing any other goal, remember that every small step counts, and every penny saved brings you one step closer to making your dreams a reality. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. I love reading your comments and getting your feedback. Feel free to share any topics you'd like to see covered in future videos. Your support means the world to me and keeps me motivated to create valuable content. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep learning. Thank you for being a part of our community.